I'll say it straight. Salary is not safety. Salary is how the system keeps you obedient. No chains, no whips, no threats. No one needs to yell at you. No one needs to force you. They just need to transfer money on time every month. That's enough. You wake up and go to work. You do your part. You fulfill your responsibilities. You wait for payday. Not happy, not miserable, not desperate, just used to it. And that feeling of being used to it is the most dangerous part because once something feels normal, you stop questioning it. You stop challenging it. You start treating it as the default version of life. If salary were truly the path to freedom, then the people with the highest salaries would be the most relaxed people on earth. But reality shows the opposite. The higher the salary, the busier they are, the more meetings they sit in, the more afraid they are of making mistakes, the less willing they are to take a break, the less willing they are to step off the track. Not because they are weak, not because they lack ability, but because the cage has already closed, and the higher they climb, the more polished the bars become. The first trap of salary is not a low number. It is the feeling of just enough safety, not enough to take risks, not little enough to rebel, just enough to tell yourself I'm fine, I'm okay, I still have control. And once you believe you are fine, you lose the reason to ask big questions. You stop asking where your life is going. You stop asking whether you have other options. You focus only on keeping everything from collapsing. You no longer see money as a system. You see money as obligation. Money comes in. Money must go out. Before it even settles, it already belongs to someone else. You don't decide. You execute. You execute payments. You execute commitments you barely remember choosing. You execute a lifestyle you slowly drifted into. And you call that maturity. Salary does not give you choice. It gives you an assignment to continue. You don't ask, do I want to live like this 10 years from now? You ask, will this month be enough? Will next month be okay? Your life shrinks into pay periods. Then society pats you on the back. Keep going. Do well. Get promoted. Earn more. It sounds reasonable. It sounds responsible. It sounds safe. And you believe it because it is the only path you were shown. But listen carefully. Every raise does not remove the cage. It simply repaints it. A better home, a nicer car, a more expensive life, a more acceptable image, and slowly you begin to need that salary just to breathe. No way back. No margin for error. No room to reset. This is the most refined version of the salary trap. No one needs to force you to stay. No one needs to lock the door. You hold yourself in place. Because if you leave, you lose the house, you lose the car, you lose the image, you lose the position, you lose the identity you spent years building, and you fear that loss more than you fear being trapped. The second trap of salary is how it trains short-term thinking. You think in pay cycles, end of month, end of year performance reviews. You live inside small checkpoints, short loops, repeating deadlines. While assets take years, freedom takes time, systems require patience, salary makes you good at enduring, but terrible at building. You get used to the rule, no work means no money. That belief sinks so deep you stop believing money can exist without you. You believe to earn means to work. Work more, work longer, work until exhaustion. That is when the training is complete. Listen carefully. Salary does not keep you poor. Salary keeps you dependent. When your entire life relies on a single income stream, you begin to avoid risk, avoid slowing down, avoid change, avoid anything that does not pay immediately. Not because you are weak, but because you have no buffer to fail. Now answer honestly. If you quit tomorrow, how long could you live without panic? 1 month, 2 months? Or do you avoid the question entirely? If you avoid it, you are trapped, not because you earn too little, but because your life cannot exist without a paycheck. This is the biggest illusion. You were taught to believe high income equals success. That is wrong. Income is money that arrives. Freedom is money that exists without you. You might earn more than your parents ever did, but if you have fewer options than they had, you are not richer. I hear this all the time. I earn a lot, but I can't quit. Does that sound familiar? That is not success. That is a golden shackle. Let me be clear. This video is not telling you to quit your job, not telling you to gamble, not telling you to hate salary. Salary is not evil. There is only one dangerous situation. Only salary. The moment things begin to change is when you stop asking, how do I earn more? And start asking, how do I need salary less? Those two questions lead to completely different lives. From that moment on, you start seeing money differently. Not as is it enough, am I short? Can I survive this month? But as what am I building? What exists if I step away? What gives me more options? What works without my daily presence? Let me repeat this clearly. Salary was designed to keep systems running, not to make individuals free. When you understand that, self blame disappears. You are not stupid. You are not lazy. You are not failing. You are simply playing a game that does not reward dependence. This channel does not teach get rich quick ideas. It does not sell formulas. It does not offer shortcuts. It does one thing only. It shows you the cage. Whether you step out or not is up to you. If this video makes you uncomfortable, good, because that means you are finally starting to see the bars.